Hello, this is Charlotte for Vibe Manchester, and today we are joined with a very special guest, as you can see. This is Brendan Rendall. Thank you for joining us, Brendan. And everybody's really excited to find out why you are dressed the way you're dressed. So if you can just introduce yourself and just tell us what you've been up to.
So, my name's Brendan. So during lockdown, I wanted to do a challenge. And then I saw the Chester Zoo appeal, and I was really inspired by that. So I came up with the idea that I wanted to make a difference. So I came up with the idea to run half a marathon in June, followed by the full marathon in July. And I thought, what better way to finish it than to run from Media City to Chester Zoo? And then I was like looking at fancy dress costumes, and then I ordered this penguin, and I just got it into my head. I thought, just imagine this running down the street on the way to work. In the climate that we've got, I thought we need a bit of fun, a bit of laughter.
Absolutely.
And then I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to do it all in fancy dress. So it started with one costume, and now it's ended up with 6 different animals.
So how long have you been putting the costumes into the marathons then?
So from I did the first 4 without costume, and the first 4 half marathons. Then I've done ever since then. I've done all costume. So all the marathons were costume, and then run yesterday was costume, and then about 20 of the half marathon. So it's all costumes really from after about day 4.
I'm sure everybody wants to know, how on earth do you do not just a half? I mean, when I found the half marathon a day was just blew me away, but a full marathon every day in July, that is, people might say that's insane. How do you do that? Are you a runner? Have you always ran? Are you quite physically fit?
I haven't always ran. My story to get into running, I was a bit of a party mad person for 10 years. And then I got into running, couldn't run to the end of the street. But then I persevered with it, and it gave me structure and discipline. So then I led on to the half marathon and marathon. I never thought I could even do a marathon after my half marathon. So my story, if people read about it, show that anyone can do what we've done. But over the last few years, I have done a few bigger endurance events. I ran across Africa 2 years ago. So my foundation of mileage is there. I know mentally how to do it. So I suppose I wasn't daunted by it. I suppose the core of the training was just there. I just had to tweak it. Hence why I wanted to do the half marathons first to get my body used to it, and then go up into the marathon.
So there definitely was training. So if anybody wants to do this, please start with the smaller, start small first. What inspired you to do this?
So I work with children and adults with special educational needs. I've been working in that field for the last 10 to 12 years. So we've been many times to the zoo. Their reaction when we get there and they see the animals is just so incredible. Chester Zoo plays a vital role in conservation, which is really important. And then obviously it's really educational. So those sort of things together was that sort of why I wanted to do it for Chester Zoo.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I'm guessing that's how you fit it around your work, because you're off at the moment. So you can do a marathon a day.
Yeah. So we're the summer holidays at the moment, but we were working for the first part of the challenge. So the half marathon really was done all in the morning quite early. Then I was back in the classroom. Obviously we were in lockdown. So some weeks we were working from home, but there was the first week of the marathons, I was actually in the classroom. So I would get up at 4 to run 18 miles, work all day in the classroom, which everyone knows is tiring. And then I would come out of school, and then I would finish the marathon in the evening. So yeah.
That is fantastic. And this is at such an important time for Chester Zoo, because of course they had their own appeal, because obviously during lockdown they had to close as well. So it's fantastic that you're raising money for such a good cause.
Yeah. And I think it's important for people to realise, just because it's open, they've still got very reduced numbers. So they are really still at a time where, they need some support.
On to the next question. How can people donate?
So if you are inspired with what I've done, you can go to my webpage, my brendanrendall.com, and then it's the Just Giving page. The link's just straight on that main page. So if you are inspired, just donate what you can. Every pound really does make a difference. So yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what's next for you? Have you got more fundraising activities?
Yeah, I think I'm always going to fundraise. I fundraised over the last 8 years now, and passing 10,000 we raised for this Chester Zoo is taking me over 100,000 what I've raised for charity. So I'm always going to be part of me, because it's all about for me to inspire people and make a difference. But I'm just going to recover from this run, see what happens. I've already thought if we go into another lockdown with these costumes to kind of have to come out again, and I'm going to have to carry on going for Chester Zoo, I would do it. But my long-term goal again is to run the length of Africa. That's my dream. That's what I've been building up to. But obviously with COVID, it's a bit of a, situation. So I've got to just wait. I was potentially going to do it next year, but I might have to wait to do it the year after.
But you'll be keeping on training and keeping your body fit and mind physically fit for the next
year. Some races and some shorter runs, and I keep
that's
going.
fantastic. Brendan, thank you so much for joining us today. And it's fantastic what you've done and how much you've raised. And it's blown my mind how you've done it as well. So thank you so much, and on behalf of Vibe.
Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure.
No problem.